Hi, everybody. This is Christy Lee with Law Offices of Christy Lee, and I am here to talk to you about the importance of a 1099. I'm sure you've seen them before. You've probably received them before, especially if you are a business owner. Why are 1099s so important to give out when you are a business owner? Because the IRS will not, has not, and certainly will never question if that expense was an ordinary and necessary business expense when you provide a 1099. Now remember, when you're a business owner, you're required to keep receipts of invoices, who you pay, how you pay them. But everything that you do has to be, and I quote, ordinary and necessary business expense. And again, the IRS will not question if it was ordinary and necessary business expense if you send out a 1099. So I'm sure you've seen them before. There's several different types of 1099s, but I'm going to specifically talk to you about a 1099 miscellaneous. So if you look here, there's parts of this you don't need to worry about. For example, having a non-qualified deferred compensation plan. I seriously doubt you're going to be receiving a 1099 for that. But in block 1, rents, about 99% of the business world does not realize that you have to send a 1099 to your landlord. It's right here. There are no exceptions. Also, if you look at number 10, that is gross proceeds paid to an attorney. They are, myself, I should be receiving 1099s from all my businesses. But the big catch-all, which everybody uses, is the other income. So you think about the other income would be you have somebody do contract work for you. Now, I'm not going to talk about independent contractors versus employees. That is a whole 30-minute YouTube video because about 99% of the population gets that wrong. That should just be like a webinar. Anyway, I digress. Go back to the 1099. So this is where you provide to the IRS, because it's a form, of the recipient, the person who you paid the money to, and that person's EIN. And the reason why that's important and the IRS wants these 1099s is because they're going to link that EIN to the recipient because they want the recipient to pay taxes on it. So how do you acquire this information? You acquire it over here on a W-9. I'm sure as an employee, you remember you get a W-2. Everybody knows what a W-2 is. You fill out a W-4. Well, here it's a W-9. Not you, I'm sorry, but the person that you're paying, you're going to be paying for the service. They write their name, what type of entity they are, their address, and then if you scroll down just a little bit, you can see their EIN. So when are you going to ask for this? You're going to ask for that W-9 right when you get the invoice. When you receive the invoice, all I do is send a note and say, if you would like to be paid, here's my W-9, please fill it out and get it filled out. Now, landlords, I've heard this a lot, and this has been a problem. There are landlords that don't want to fill out a W-9 because they don't want to give you their social security number because they don't want to put it on their tax return. I also have clients who say, oh, well, my landlord not only refuses to fill out a W-9, but wants cash. Well, that's tax fraud. The person is trying to avoid putting that information on their taxes. So just keep in mind, do you really think they're going to be a good landlord if they want to not follow the rules? What's going to happen? And then you have absolutely no proof that you've paid them. So if somebody's not going to fill out a W-9, don't work with them at all. I also hear from other people, well, they say if I pay them cash and don't fill out a W-9, I pay them less. Well, don't use them anymore because then you have no proof that you have paid them, right? Those audits are really fun. So keep in mind, here are some things in which you do not have to fill out a W-9. If you pay them less than $600, you don't have to fill out a W-9. If they are a corporation with the word incorporation at the end of their names, like INC, you don't have to give them a 1099. Those are the main reasons why, but think about it this way. If I have those, can I still provide them a 1099? Absolutely. The one other one is credit cards. If you pay for them with a credit card, because the credit card processing machine tells the IRS how much money you've received through the credit card company. So if you pay them $100 and then you give them a 1099 for $100, it's as if you gave them 200. Don't worry about that. What do? I don't pay anybody with a credit card. I pay them with a check, because guess what? At the end of the year, I'm like this, like it's candy. I'm just flipping it out. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving everybody a 1099, because then when the IRS will come and audit me, they're not going to question at all, why did I make those payments? Or are they ordinary necessary? Those other people and entities are going to have to pay tax on it. So 1099s are very, very important. Use them. Seriously, use them. It is so hard during an audit 2 years later when I have a client come to me and we're going through an audit and there are legitimate people who should have received a 1099. Now you're hit with a penalty for not providing the 1099. And guess what? Good luck finding them. You're not going to be able to find them to sign a W-9, because you could probably wager they didn't include it on their own taxes and now they've messed up their taxes. Just don't do it. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope that was beneficial for everybody.